If you thought last year's phones were fast, wait till you hear this. The new Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra benchmarks just leaked, and wow, this thing is not just fast, it's scary fast. And here's the wild part. Once again, Snapdragon on a Samsung phone is beating everyone else, including Apple, and even Samsung's own Exynos chip. Let's break this down in super simple terms. The S26 Ultra is using the new Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chip. This is the latest, most powerful Snapdragon processor right now. And the benchmark scores? Listen to this. Single-core score, 3,852. Multi-core score, 11,738. Now, what does that mean? Single core is how strong the phone is when doing one heavy task. Multi-core is how strong it is when doing many things at once. So, higher numbers equals faster phone. Now, let's compare that to the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Single core, 3,792. Multi-core, 9,831. So yes, the Galaxy S26 Ultra is beating Apple in both categories. Not by a tiny bit, by a noticeable gap in multi-core. And if you care about gaming, editing, multitasking, AI stuff, that multi-core number matters a lot. But wait, it gets more interesting. Samsung also has its own chip called the Exynos 2600. This one is built on a super advanced 2nm process. That sounds impressive, right? It scores single core, 3,336, multi-core, 11,369. So in multi-core, it's close, but in single core, it falls behind Snapdragon. And this is the pattern we keep seeing. Snapdragon on Samsung phones just performs better than Snapdragon on other brands. For example, the best scores we saw before this were on the Vivo IQ0015. Single core, 3,437. Multi-core, 10,383. And now the S26 Ultra jumps way past that. Same chip family, different results. So what is Samsung doing? Is it better cooling, better tuning, secret sauce in the software? Whatever it is, it works. Because this is not the first time this happened. We saw the same thing with the S25 series. Samsung takes a Snapdragon chip and somehow squeezes more power out of it than other brands. And that keeps the old stereotype alive. Snapdragon good, Exynos not so good. Now, I'll be honest, I actually wanted Exynos to win this time. For a while, it even looked like Samsung Foundry might shut down. Things weren't looking great. Then the Exynos 2600 came in, built on 2nm, and people got excited. Maybe this is the comeback. Maybe this is the year Exynos finally beats Snapdragon. But if these S26 Ultra numbers are real, Snapdragon just walked in and said, "Not today." And here's why this matters to you. When phones get this powerful, you don't just get faster apps. You get better gaming performance, smoother 120Hz and 144Hz gameplay, faster photo processing, stronger AI features, longer life before the phone feels slow. This means the S26 Ultra might stay powerful for years. And that's important because phones are expensive now. People keep them longer. But here's the big question. If Snapdragon is this strong, what happens to Exynos? Will Samsung slowly move away from it again? Will some regions still get Exynos versions? Or will Samsung double down and try even harder next year? Because right now, it feels like Snapdragon just proved a point. Again. And if Apple sees these numbers, you already know they're not going to sit quiet. The next chip war is going to be crazy. So tell me this, if you had the choice, Snapdragon version or Exynos version, which one are you picking? because based on these scores, the Galaxy S26 Ultra with Snapdragon is shaping up to be an absolute monster, and we haven't even seen the real-world tests yet. This year's flagship battle is going to be insane.